Alright, so hi. Um, Thought I'd make a video about my experience today with Dare to Care, just because it's hard to write a post about it or talk about it in words, like writing. I don't know, so I just wanted to make a video. Um, Basically, Dare to Care, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but there's a TV show called If You Really Knew Me, and they used to play it on MTV. I think they stopped it now. I'm not sure why. But they basically did like a challenge day on it, and it's where this is like really similar to Dare to Care. People pretty much, well, what we had at the beginning for 3 hours. 3 hours seems like a long time. It was actually quite insightful and stuff. But it was an assembly where the grade 10s and 11s basically sat through it, and this guy, who's a retired cop, his name is Dwayne Peace, and he does this stuff at schools all the time. And it wasn't boring. He showed us a lot of interesting facts, things like a video of these students in California who did a similar thing, and they did challenge day and how they all worked together and how the bullying really decreased in their school and stuff. It's mainly about bullying, which is presentation was about, and also suicide, depression, eating disorders, different types of bullying, but not just like the different types. He like actually went deep with it, and a lot of the stuff was actually really serious. And he did talk about name calling, that kind of stuff, which actually really hit home for me because a lot of people in my school do say a lot of homophobic and transphobic things, which really bother me, right? And the fact he addressed it, he didn't even address it. He was just like straight up. He was like, if you say gay, homo, fag, stupid, retard, anything, stop right now. From this moment onwards, it cannot come out of your mouth. And that's so much better than just saying, oh, please stop saying it, guys, it's hurting people's feelings. He's like, no, just stop right now. Because it tears people up, right? Saying those kind of things. And even like, I've recently, the past week, I'm trying to stop saying the word retard because it's not cool. Like, if I'm not going to say that's so gay and homo and fag, then I might as well not say retard, right? So, just trying to better myself and better society, it's always good. And this whole presentation was, bullying is a societal thing. It's not just a school thing. It happens everywhere, in the workforce, even at home, unfortunately. And so that's what he's trying to address. So pretty much, after that, my group was today, and there's about 15, maybe 20 of us, who went for 3 hours after lunch, and we basically went in a room, sat in a circle on chairs, and he basically started talking about how icebergs, like how they float, and 10% is above the water and 90% is below. So we show 10% normally to people, but that's like fake, right? You want to go what's below the surface. And so that's what we were aiming for, is by the end to actually show, what's below our surface, so inside, deep inside, not just what we show on the outside. And at first we were like, okay, this probably isn't gonna happen, right? Because our school, we're not too close, like our grade, we're like cool. We didn't think bullying happens too much. It does with a few people, which we thought needed it most, but actually, in reality, the whole school needs it. In fact, I think they should have done it not just with the grade 11s, the challenge day part shouldn't have just been for the grade 11s. It should have been for the grade 10s, 11s, and 12s. But maybe that's just a suggestion for next year that we can make. But pretty much we basically he put us into partners, and we had to hold hands with them and look them in the eye, and that is like for like a minute, and that is the hardest thing I've ever done. Then he also told us to look. The next round, he told us to look right here, like in the middle of their forehead or like here, because when we need to give eye contact with a person, and you're not comfortable looking them in the eye, because it's pretty hard. You can just look at them here, and it looks like you're looking at them in the eye. But so that, and then he basically started talking about, his own life, his own fears. So there's just 90%, which is down. down there. He talked about his own fears and everything, and we put up our hands if we agreed with it, or put up our hands to talk about our own fears. But a lot of us didn't open up, right? Because we weren't sure if we could trust everyone. He asked all of us, because he's like, this what stays in this room, what, like, everything has to stay in this room. So confidentiality was really key. And he asked any of us if any of us have a problem with anyone in this room knowing what we're gonna say. And none of us put up our hands. But about a few minutes later, this one kid did say, we're scared that people are gonna talk about this at lunch, to each other. And our school's really cliquey, so the groups are really, really separate. And that was one thing that a lot of people actually talked about when we went around the circle. But that's later on. So he was like, okay, guys, you can't, because if you don't want to be the one person that everyone doesn't trust, right? If they tell everyone, just because we're going to be grade 12s next year, you're going to be leaders of the school. It'd suck if we didn't even, like, if one person wasn't trusted. You don't want to be that person. So, and basically the whole point of this was, even the assembly and everything, is that he's giving us information, but we're the ones that make the choices in the end, right? But we can't say that we didn't know, because he did inform us about the law. If you get bullied, you can actually charge people and stuff. If it gets, if someone assaults you or something. Even more than that, there's more stuff, which is pretty handy. So we know the information now. We just have to make our own decisions. And so pretty much after he told us all that, then we went around the circle saying, in my heart, I believe, I know, I wish. You could choose one or two of them, whatever. And you had 1 minute to speak, and he went, and then the two school counselors, or one school counselor, and then our vice principal, who used to be school counselor as well. They went, and we called them by their first names at this thing, because everyone was equal, right? He wanted to make sure that everyone was equal in this. And, they actually shared a couple things that, we were pretty surprised by. And one of them said they never told anyone what happened when they were bullied. And so, I'm not allowed to share anything, so obviously, I'm not going to tell you details. But, and we each went around a circle, and it was, we each told something about ourselves, like, in my heart, I wish, and it was really emotional. I didn't think we'd start crying. In fact, there were 4 Kleenex boxes at the beginning. And we were all like, we're not going to need those, like, what? We're not going to cry. But, we needed them. And we ran around in a circle, and it's just like, you go like this. This means I love you in sign language. So we go like this if we could relate to the person, or like shared love with them, or like, it's all good, we've got your back. You could even get up and go put your hand on someone's shoulder behind you, and that's not very common, but I actually had that happen to me. One of my friends got up and put her hand on my shoulder when I was speaking, and because it's tough. Some things you say, and you just open up, and by the end, we all trusted each other, like, a lot more, and we felt more freely with each other, and we interconnected. And you know what? This actually might change our grade by the time it ends tomorrow. We might actually be more closer, because our school's really cliquey, and it's weird to move around groups. We don't even talk to each other, so this might actually change. And I want things to change, definitely, and I hope that a lot of us had a newfound respect for each other, and we might actually help each other out now in different causes and stuff, and how we want to change the school, and it might do something. But we'll have to see. This guy's really great. It was very worthwhile. It wasn't boring like all these other people. And if you have the opportunity to do something like this, do it. Don't skip, because some people skipped today, and I think they lost out a lot. Because people who were being bullied, people made apologies to each other. And it's pretty intense. And it's just something that, like, really gets to you, because you're like, oh my god, everyone is going through so much. You're not the only one. And some people who you think, like, have a perfect life, they don't at all. Everyone out there has a story. And everyone has a lot going in their lives. And some of it can be really, really sad. So, and we all gave hugs at the end, and I hugged some people I never thought I'd hug. But Yeah, and then at the end, at the very end, again, he made us hold hands with the same partner, look into their eyes, and he was saying something in the background, like saying, "This is what you're saying," communicating to them through your eyes, saying, thank you for understanding, thank you for being there, thank you for doing this with me." I didn't hear all of it because I wasn't really paying attention, but it was a lot easier to look into my partner's eyes, and it was really good. Like by the end, you just felt more open, like you could communicate with people and stuff. So, and a lot of people mentioned in the circle that our school needs to, stop being so cliquey and so like tight knit. We gotta, because a lot of people used to be friends and aren't anymore, and it's just like people need to talk. So hopefully that can change, because by the time we graduate, which is next year, we graduate next year, it's just gonna be, we go into the real world, right? You gotta know how to communicate with people and get along with people and understand that people are coming from different walks of life all of a sudden. Because I do go to a private school, so a lot of us, I'm not saying that everyone's rich, because we're definitely not. A lot of people aren't. Their parents just work hard for their money, and um, and we all wear uniform and stuff, so it's like we're all quite similar in that way. So it's like we go out there and we'll actually have the skills and the tools to make a change if we want to. And just saying that, treat others. I know it sounds cliche, and you've heard it a million times before. The golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated, and it's so true. And I actually want to make an apology to one of my friends, but we didn't have time at the end, so we just said the person's name, and then I just even to your friends you can make apologies, right? Because no friendship is perfect, so it was great. I think it was a really, really good experience. I didn't think people would actually cry or, open up or anything. We were quite, our school is quiet sometimes. We don't like to put things forward, but that's because we're kind of judgmental in a way. We don't want to trust anyone because, people are going to tell everyone everything. People talk behind our backs, so much at our school. Hopefully this will stop, I think, in our grade at least, because then we suggested it for the grade 11 next year. So I think that's really good. So we'll have to see how this goes. But I just want to, recommend it for everyone out there. Challenge Day. Challenge Day is more common in the U.S. I live in Canada, so we don't have Challenge Day, but we do have some other stuff like Dare to Care. So yeah, if you're interested, talk to me if you want more information on it. Maybe I can look it up and talk to the guy too. I guess while he's here. He's here tomorrow as well at my school. So yeah, I hope this actually. I just want to let people know about my experience and stuff. So if you ever get the chance, do it. Do not skip out, please, because it's weird to open up, but eventually you do. And it's nice to be able to feel comfortable with everyone. You step out of your comfort zone, but then that outside of your comfort zone becomes your comfort zone with other people. So yeah, definitely recommend it.